We've got continuing coverage this afternoon, and joining us now is KTBS 3's political analyst, Scott Hughes. Thanks for joining us.
Now, Scott.
Good afternoon.
It's good to have you here, Scott. And President Biden spent weeks defending his spot on the ballot, repeatedly saying he's in it to win it. He's the best person to defeat Trump, that only the Lord Almighty could get him to drop out. But in the end, what was it that finally did him in?
Well, I think sadly what did him in was Father Time. Time remains undefeated, as the old saying goes. And I think that as the days drug on, it became apparent to the Democratic Party, to the donors, and especially the voters that his age was just going to be an issue. And I think in the end, we see now what strategists saw was they were going to wait till after the Republican National Convention and make a decision, and they made one. They move on, and now you feel the energy in the Democratic side.
Now, Scott, with just 106 days before November election, how do you see this playing out? We know Biden endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris, but do you see her getting the party's nomination? And if not, then who?
She'll be the party's nominee. I think the only question at this point is, does she wrap it up in the next several days? Definitely before the convention. Do they do what's called a voice phone call, roll call vote before the convention to make her officially the nominee? And does she come in as the nominee, or do they just do that the first day or two of the convention? But there's no question at this point that that Vice President Harris will be the official nominee. Now all eyes on who she'll select as her VP candidate.
And one more for you, Scott. Speaker Johnson says he expects lawsuits at state level to fight Harris's addition to the top of the ticket. Do you agree with that?
Actually, in deference to our friend and our congressman, the speaker, I do not. I think that it's kind of not even reality to think that there's a world where Republicans are going to sue to name the Democratic candidate on a ballot in the state. Vice President Harris will be the candidate on all 50 states, and especially given the fact that the Democrats haven't had their convention yet. I know there are state laws, but this is a state party. It has the slot on all these ballots, and she will be the candidate on all 50 ballots.
All right, Scott. Well, all eyes are on this election, so thanks for keeping us updated. The Democratic National Convention is set for August 19th through the 22nd at the United Center in Chicago. Stay up to date with KTBS 3 for coverage and updates that week.